That was gross. Was that spit? Did you see that?
No, but I'll probably see it when because that's happened before. And nobody commented. I was surprised.
Well, I'm gonna do it again.
But they catch a bug.
I know. Hey, what's going on everyone? My name is Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look and breakdown on the Converse Weapon OG. This is a brand new, or I wouldn't say brand new, but this is a, what would you call this? I guess you could call it remastered. The shoe itself has been completely remastered and brought back to original form, something that we actually talked about previously with their initial launch of the brand new or /OG/remastered version. It just so happened to have been in a collab colorway, which was the fragment design and everything like that. So before we get started and taking a look at all of these shoes, there's 5 pairs of them. Wow. If you can actually help us fight the algorithm, because it's a piece of shit. If you could hit the like button and make sure that you leave a comment, that type of engagement actually pushes our channel and our videos to potential new viewers and everything like that. So it helps us grow. Also, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. And with that being said, oh, it smells like a legend. Not this one though. This one smells like magic. Okay, so I don't know where to start. Actually, we'll start with the box. They come in 2 different types of releases. There is a high top, which is this one. There's a low top, which is this one. Boxes are the same and they are throwbacks to the originals. So I really like that. Obviously, they are different sizes and the shoes are hella heavy. So first off, we're gonna go over just the low tops. The low tops are super clean. I have 2 particular colorways right here. This is a white and I don't know what other color that is, like a light brown, tan?
Yeah, they look like my New Balances.
A little bit, yeah. So we got that and then we got just a simple white-black colorway. I will say that the white is not stark white like it is on those. So it's kind of like an off-white, like a creamy look. Hopefully you guys can see the contrast between the 2. Same thing with this original colorway right here. They are pre-vintage. It's not stark white like the originals were. But the good thing is that they're all made kind of the same. So they all use the same exact cup sole and they also all feature the same exact outsole. And the outsole is just, I mean, look at this thing. This looks like a beast. It is rugged, it's thick, it's really durable feeling. You got all this herringbone, but there are just like individual chevrons instead of connected, which is what herringbone is. It's one continuous chevron, whereas this is not. This is great though for flexibility. You can see all the flex grooves that they put in there and everything like that, and you kind of need it for something like this, because I'm telling you, this is a beefcake of a midsole, man. This is crazy. Believe it or not, this was like the hottest thing back in the 80s. Like you wanted a pair of weapons, even though the Jordan was coming up and everything like that, but it wasn't as popular at the time, at least, as something like this. Even though I would argue that, just because like Jordan was like a beast, you know what I mean? Like everybody wanted. I'm wondering if it was just the price points were so high, at least at the time. But anyways, these midsoles right here are just really chunky. They're really thick, done up just like the originals. However, if you were to go back and look at certain ads, this is my favorite one. It's just with Magic Johnson, Larry Bird.
The one where they're rapping?
You already know what you did for me. What? I walked away with the MVP.
The Converse Weapon, the #1 weapon in the NBA.
No, that's a commercial.
Oh, I thought that's what the
ad to me is like a page ad.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean they're all ads, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I would have said commercial.
Okay.
But yeah, if you look at the original ad, it's the 2 of them holding up the product itself that look just like this, but the pairs that they're actually wearing are PEs. They have the different thinner midsole tooling or cupsole tooling.
Yes, I like it.
Which I always thought was a better look than the chunky one like this, but this was what was available at retail, whereas a lot of their players, at least the ones that opted for it, used the thinner tooling, which I thought was really interesting. Now, what's in the actual midsole, that I don't know. I assume that it would have been polyurethane, just because that was kind of the standard practice way back then. I think the only thing that wasn't like that was the Air Force One, where they actually had not just polyurethane, but full-length air. And then if you were interested in the insole, this is it. It's actually a really nice insole. It's not super thick or anything. Well, I guess it is compared to some of the other ones like Ortholite and stuff like that, but it's an actual polyurethane insole. So if you want that kind of comfort, then that's there. It's really cool. And then the materials on all of these are just awesome. Like it's all leather, everything. I'm sure that there's going to be different ones with suedes and nubucks and things like that. But for right now, it looks like they're really focusing on the original stuff, or at least stuff that looks like the original, because I don't think this was an original colorway. But all of the leather on all of these are fairly thick. I will say that when you compare the leather to these and the other high tops right here to this pair right here, which is a friends and family pair, so these are actually not releasing.
Ow, fork me.
But if you were to compare the two leathers, like the leather on these, like the actual retail pairs, are hella thick, at least in comparison to this one. They're both equally as nice, but thinner leather, thick leather. Now these guys don't come with any sort of booklet or anything like that, or like an original hang tag, but they do have features on the upper that were performance features, even though they might not be considered that today. But basically all of the overlays that you see and all of the panel placements were there for a reason. It wasn't just because. All of this was for design. So the toe rans were for toe reinforcement, as well as lateral containment and stability, keeping you on the footbed, especially during harsh movements or change of direction. When you move onto the back, you have what they call the Y bar. And that guy right there is actually on both the high and the low, despite the low being a much shorter version of it. But this was supposed to mimic like the ankle and its ligaments and all that stuff. That way it wraps it and keeps it locked into the shoe, or the back of the shoe, hence this panel right here, and then it wrapped up to the back for extra support. And there was tons of padding in the originals as well as in these guys right here. So these are like very, very thick, sturdy, and substantial and all that stuff. Hot boxes, if you will. All of these do come with 2 sets of laces, by the way, and the fragments I think were supposed to, but they only came with like 1 lace, which was super strange, and everybody let me know afterwards, and I already knew when I was doing the B-roll. I was going to unlace them, and I was like, where the f is the other one? Sometimes I record B-roll first, sometimes I record the talking points first. It just kind of depends. But either way, all of these come equipped with laces, and then there's additional laces that are the accent color included within them. Now, as far as these two are concerned, these to me are the best ones. You know what I mean? I really do like these two personally as far as like wearability, but as far as overall basketball shoe history and collecting purposes, these are it right here. I don't know if they ever plan on releasing these, but I sure as hope, because if they don't, what are you doing? Why would you release this and not this? If anything, these should have come together. But anyways, these guys right here, I think that they belong somewhere special. So I'm going to take down my Dr. J's.
Whoa, that is serious.
Put up the Larry Legends and the Magic Johnsons. You can't tell me that that's not awesome, because it is. Now, as far as sizing is concerned, they do fit true to size across the board. So whatever it is that you typically wear, that's exactly what I would order. These high tops right here, they do fit a little bit cumbersome just because they are so big and bulky. They're bottom heavy on top of that. If you're not used to that, or you just want to try out the shoe, relive the past, go for it. Just letting you guys know that's how they feel. For everybody else, while the low tops are still bottom heavy, like these are still heavy. They're a lot cleaner looking just because they're more low profile, so they're not as puffy around this area and stuff. Kind of depends on the look you're going for. If you're looking for a simple classic, like you want to look like one of the kids from Home Improvement, even though they're in the 90s, not in the 80s, but still close enough, then go with the high tops. But if you want something a little more, low profile and low key, the low tops are clean, dude. Like, these are dope. Do we happen to have a question of the day?
We do. What completely safe small animal are you afraid of?
Like what? Like a chipmunk?
Maybe.
Or a squirrel? Those are not safe. Who made this question? Have they ever met a small animal? Have they met a chihuahua? You know what I mean? They call them ankle biters for a reason, not because they're small and safe. It's because they're crazy. And they're crazy because they're small. Everybody's towering over them. They're like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna bite you first. You know what I mean? So does it have to be a mammal?
It doesn't have to be.
So I don't know if it's considered safe, but I'm afraid of snakes, even baby ones.
I guess it's all relative, because people who like snakes, they would be like, yeah, they're
safe.
Completely safe.
But if you smell like a mammal, they'll and try to eat you.
The owner of a chihuahua would probably be like, my little buttons here would never harm a fly. But
right, until the mailman comes and he's like, F you, dude. I think it's the safe part that's got me thrown off. You know what I mean? Like, there's no such thing. Animals are animals. Safe small animal. I mean, I could say cats. I used to be afraid of cats. I'm not anymore. I guess you can consider them safe small animals, even though they're little tiny compact predators with knives in their fingers and Nothing about that sounds safe, but they're small. You? Do you have one?
I do have one, which is the only reason I chose it.
I should have asked you yours first.
Because it's completely irrational. Like, it can't do anything to me.
Irrational, like a shark coming out of a faucet?
No, as in, like, nothing will make me jump higher or walk weirder than coming across roadkill. I am scared of dead animals out in the middle of our grass. Like,
that's not the same
thing,
bro. No,
it is.
Not. You said safe.
They're safe. They can't do anything to me, but I'm literally, like, will jump into the street if I happen to see one on the sidewalk. I told you it's not rational.
But it doesn't fit the parameters of the question. It's safe because it's dead. That doesn't count. It's got to be living, breathing, that you happen to see and be like, whoa. And he's like, I'm safe and cute. Yeah, I don't think I'm afraid of, like I really got to think.
I'm just saying, like, if I walked into our kitchen and if I saw a mouse, I wouldn't like jump up on a chair like I see videos of grown men doing. I would just be like, oh crap, we gotta catch this.
I'm not afraid
but
of mice.
If I went outside to throw away our garbage and all of a sudden there was like a dead mouse in my path, I would turn around and be like, hey, I need you to take the garbage out.
Does spiders count? Technically, they're safe.
As long as they're not venomous.
Well, as long as you're not a fly in their web.
If a black widow bites you.
Yeah, but that's very rare. Okay, but I am scared of spiders too. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for hanging out with us as well. We greatly appreciate it, especially all of you guys fighting the good fight against the algorithm, leaving those comments, hitting that like button, and all that kind of good stuff. So I'm eternally grateful for all of you people. So we will catch y'all on the next one, and until then, y'all have a good one.